Hey there, everybody, welcome back to some more Lobotomy Corporation. Yes, you guys are getting 2 episodes this week. I don't know what I want to record on my Fridays yet, so I'm going to see this as an opportunity to get a little bit further in this game so that we can get closer to starting Library Runa. That said, if you do have a suggestion for what I can maybe try to play on Fridays, let me know down below. Otherwise, I'm going to try to look through my catalog and see what I want to try and start, or at least check out. There's a lot of new games coming out and maybe some games I can introduce you guys to, so might do that. Hope my US folks had a great Thanksgiving holiday. I know I did. And for my non-US folks, hope you just had a great day in general. We had our holiday on Thursday or yesterday. But without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the game. As always, if you do enjoy the video, please let me know down below by leaving a like and a comment. It does help these videos out, as you guys know. So last time we were dealing with the Little Prince, the King of Greed, and Censored. You guys had some awesome comments about Censored, and I King of Greed. So that is where we're going to start off with. And we have this new abnormality here. We don't know what it is. Looks like it may be HE or WAV. I think it might be WAV, but we'll see when we jump in. Otherwise, we have Jinzi still going for Paradise Lost Wing, and then next we will be doing Danzy. We also need to make sure that I lock these things in, so you guys keep the items that you want. So like, you know, we have censored ISP plus 10 on water. Not really too crazy. We want anything with, you know, with a speed on water. You know, this is okay. Neckware, yeah, water can lose that. You know, censored, yeah, sure, why not? We can have that. Corbinek, I'm not gonna log this to Corbinek because I just don't think that would be something that Corbinek would want. But the helmet is pretty decent as long as you have the gear, but Corbinek doesn't want this gear. So I'm not gonna worry about it all that much. Now, this other stuff, I can lock in, you know, hand gold rush, that's fine. Hand 2. Probably you can lose that one if you don't mind. And then, you know, just, yeah, once again, I'm gonna go through all these and y'all and make sure that a lot of these gifts have been locked in and make sure you guys don't lose them. So after that, we can go and get started with the day and see what this new abnormality we have in the bottom is. Okay, so here we are in the new day, and we have a new abnormality down here, and it looks really disturbing. What is that? Whoa, okay, don't like you. It looks like some kind of demented Christmas creature. Corbinek, I don't even know where to start with this one, bud. Attachment, sure, go for it. I don't think this is gonna be great, but let's go ahead and get Jinzi up here working with White Knight, so we're not passing time by and wasting. So Jinzi, go get that wing. Now Censored and King of Greed, we do want to work with these a little bit. Now, if I remember correctly, King of Greed is either instinct or attachment. Now all you guys are maxed out, so you know you're not really getting any benefit. But other than getting us some new gear, which is beneficial to us, we do have insight on censored. I'm trying to remember what censored stuff was, because, you know, even though it's only been 2 days ago, I need to read through this. We do know that they take a massive sanity hit. Anything 4 or lower is bad. But other than that, I think you can kind of just work with what you want with censored, which is great. So we can just say, hey, water, go do some insight with censored and, you know, get me some boxes. And same with King of Greed down here. We want someone who can succeed at that, so like Pixel Gamer can go do that for us. And otherwise, we want to try to train employees up as much as possible. Let's go down here and see what Corbinek's got for us. With a displaced jaw and a lifeless tongue, words are swallowed instead of sung. Okay, well, attachment seems to be the right call, I believe. The sewing looks crude, but the effort put into making it was nothing but obsessively shrewd. Kind of rhyming up there. With my infinite hatred, I give you this gift. Oh, okay, that's yeah, all right. It roams around without purpose. It wants to give away its pile of gifts. I can't tell if this thing's good or bad, if I'm honest. We have a positive, and I think this is an HE class. We do know attachment works pretty well, so let's go ahead and see what this is. Rudolta of the Sleigh. Okay, so yeah, some demented Rudolph, got it. Corbinek, good job. Good first start with old Rudolta there. So let's go ahead and let that time down. I think Jinzi's still up here working with White Knight. Let's go ahead and send Sin, of course, to work with the Knight of Despair. Sin, where you at? I know you're here somewhere. There you are. And then we're just gonna kind of keep working with things here and there. King of Greed looks like they're pretty happy, which is great. We're gonna get that gear as soon as we can, because we want to get Sin upgraded to a Aleph weapon, and that is gonna be the one Sin gets. If anyone else wants the King of Greed's weapon, please let me know down below, and I will gladly hand it off to you. Otherwise, we're gonna send Pixel Gamer back here in here to work with the King of Greed, and we're also gonna send Water back in there to Censored, and just kind of keep working back and forth with all these abnormalities. The Little Prince, we really need to work with Little Prince just to get some gear. We can send someone that needs buffing, like Luna could get Instinct, maybe? Not really. We need to go between Insight and Attachment. So yeah, Luna could go Insight with Little Prince. That's fine with me. And then we'll keep working with Corbinek on this one. Also, I didn't realize water Water, you okay? Yeah, okay. So we need to let water heal up so I don't make that mistake last time where, you know, water instantly died going into censored and turned into censored. Oh, I'm really curious. You know, I probably should read the lore on this thing. But man, I don't even think you'll be able to find out a lot with all the censored in there. Everything seems redacted for this abnormality. So water is back and healed up. Let's send water to do, looks like, insight. The water, go handle that for me. Rodolta's being handled. Did Jinsey get his wing? Nope, Jinsey didn't get their wing. So let's go ahead and throw Jinsey back in there. Good luck. Have fun. Don't die. Okay, so we got some more info about Rodolta here. We can go with some managerial guidelines, which I'm going to go for 2 of them here. When it was normal, the counter lowered with a normal probability. When the work result was bad, the counter lowered with a high probability. So we want to get a higher... So I don't think attachment is it. Attachment seems okay. It's not the best you can do. We also have the King Agreed over here. I noticed the... Oh, no, we had our meltdown. I was like, I noticed the King Agreed isn't getting a negative for working with it. Water, just go back in there and get me some more. And we have our first Aleph weapon from the King Agreed. Very good. So let's try Instinct with Corbinek. This could be, you know, bad of me to try early on because, you know, we'll have to restart. But, you know, we'll see what happens. We just don't want... Okay, well, Instinct is not it. Instinct is actually far from it. So we're gonna have to be careful moving forward because this will probably be a bad result if I had to guess. Oh, one more, come on. Oh, okay, bad result. That's gonna lower most likely. That's fine. It's got a counter of 2. Corbinek is fine, not dead. That's all we can ask for right now. Jinsey still doesn't have the wing. Man, not having much luck with Jinsey on this one. I feel like we've gotten it pretty quick on a lot of people, but man, Jinsey is not having much luck. I am gonna try to work with some other employees throughout the facility, just make sure that they are good on getting buffs. Reinhardt could work with this. E-Cord could work with this. Yeah, so we can send E-Cord to work with some attachment, get his attachment maxed out, so that's good with me. And then once again, whoa, okay, put that away. Yep, I'm glad we can cancel that because, man, my heart just sank. Ow, I did not like that. Oh, I thought that was a permanent thing. Okay, thank goodness it wasn't. I'm all right, just having to take a breather there. Yeah, let's go back to Rodolta and hopefully not get Corbinek killed. Let's do an insight check. I'm like acting like it's... I'm playing D&D all of a sudden. Anyway, so let's make sure Corbinek doesn't die here. Let's make sure insight is it. Insight seems to be better. The colorful lights were as bright as Christmas and as dark as every child's nightmare and grimace. Ew, okay. Christmas on the hideous carnival every Christmas, I filled with the urge to pluck out the tongues of those who sing carols. Okay, so just don't sing to it. Okay, got it. But insight seems to be it. Seems like it could be a good insight trainer. We have the last guideline. When Rodolta of the Sleigh escaped, it slowly moved throughout the facility, inflicting white damage to employees near it. Okay, so not a terrible... Ooh, I don't like that hat either. Hopefully Corbinek isn't getting that. Also, Corbinek has something, like a little pixel glitch of something right there. I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is right there. I know it's probably tough to see, but there's like a little... Yeah, anyway. Probably focusing on way too much on that. But we do have 21. Let's go ahead and get the escape information. We can kind of see what gear it has. Nothing crazy, and probably nothing we're going to use at this point because we're getting so much gear from our WOBs and Alephs, but it's still an abnormality that we have. So yeah, Instinct work list was not great. That's fine. We know to work Insight with it and get the rest of its information that way. So at this point, I think the day is going to proceed as normal, and I will let you guys know what the results are at the end of the day. Okay, that's the end of the day 24. Nothing crazy happened. We got Rodolta done. And then everyone had a couple of different stat increases across the board. Jinsey, unfortunately, still did not get the wing, but that's okay. We're going to keep trying until we do. But I think it's time for another new abnormality. Oh, actually, no. We got a couple more days with just the central team. So I think we're moving along pretty nicely. Yep, we have one more expansion level, and then we can expand into the welfare or what was Geber's team? Disciplinary team, that one. Ah, man, memory is terrible, but hey, I'm working on it. All right, so we do have a couple new things we need to do here. Sin now has the weapon they requested. So let's go ahead and look at our ego list, and we want to look at our Aleph, and we have Gold Rush. So Sin, we equip you with Gold Rush. There we go. Now then, we do have a lot of different Aleph gear. We also have one censored. We're going to work on getting a second one. We also have Adoration. I believe there was someone who mentioned they wanted Adoration, and I think I need to go back to my notes and check that. But if there are weapons that you want or gear that you want, please let me know down below. We do have a couple. We do have Mimicry. one available. I know Jinsi, we're going to switch Jinsi back to Mimicry once we get the wing. But that's kind of where we are with our gear right now. You can kind of see it on the screen. Say, hey, I want that gear. Let me know, and I'll gladly equip it to you. However, I am going to try and equip people with new gear if I can that's better than what they have, especially some of our top employees. We probably need to get something better for Dolce. I mean, this one's not bad. This one is arguably better, though, except for the vulnerable to pale damage. So right now I'm going to leave everyone as is. I might switch E-Cord off this. I think this matches him pretty well. Yeah, so I think that we're going to leave everything as is at the moment until I can switch people back to their normal gear, like Danzy with Da Capo and Jinsi with what's it called, Mimicry. So that's kind of where we're at. We're going to go through this next day, kind of get some people some more stat increases, and then end it and hopefully get a new abnormality at the end of the day. Okay, and the one thing I wanted to make sure for Sin before I sent you back to the Night of Despair is to get the King of Greed's gift. So you did. You got Gold Rush now, so that's cool. I don't know if that's actually something you wanted, but hey, I wanted to give it to you anyway. So that is where we are with Sin. Jinsi is still working to get the wing, which still hasn't happened. One day, Jinsi. One day we'll get the wing for you, and then we can get you back in Mimicry. But at the moment, today is not that day. But I'm going to keep working the day as normal. And I think there shouldn't be anything to report. If there is, I'll let you know. Okay, after some amount of time, Jinsi finally got Paradise Lost on his back. So now it is Danzy's turn. We're going to try it a couple more times during this day to let Danzy try to get it. But otherwise, we're pretty close to ending this day. I usually get to noon before I end the day. Make sure everyone gets some stat increases across the board. Make sure that we're good. Getting different gear, all that. I've been training TU up. I've been training Corbenek. I've been training Umbra. Umbra especially because I feel like I've kind of let Umbra sit too long, and Umbra is one of our new employees that we got not a couple episodes ago, so I want to make sure Umbra is set to go because honestly, Corbenek is almost maxed out on stats, just some instinct and some prudence. And he is good to go. He's actually been helping with Censored, which is, yeah, good job, Corbenek. You've been doing good on that. But otherwise, that's kind of the update, and I'll update you guys when we have a new abnormality to pick. Okay, there's the workday complete. We had a good amount of stat increases across the board. Not bad. 10-minute run. Easy enough. So let's go ahead and proceed to the next day and pick out a new abnormality or something that we need. I know that I need a certain one, but we already have a new one right here. The only advice that can be given is to remain cautious and aware of your surroundings. So that is a new one that we're going to pick. And of course, we have more story. And I need to remember not to skip certain story. I think it's around day 46, where we need to make sure we get the story. I'm going to start off with Chesed. I don't know. I just like the color blue, so we're going to start off with Chesed. But we'll probably expand into both over time, or we may just focus on one. I do know I need to get down to. Well, it doesn't matter. We have to expand into one or the other. But we need to make sure that we handle. I think Bina. I think Bina is the last one that we need. Also, yeah, we're down to where we can do core suppression. We have to get day 37, but yeah, Chesed is the core suppression that we'll do next when we get there. I completely forgot about that. Wow, yeah, core suppressions are kind of important. Corbenek, as our test dummy, is going to go over here. And I think I will let's just introduce kind of some new, not abnormalities, but employees that we have in here that we will definitely want to train up. And Vincent is in here. He has wall type gear, so that's fine. We don't need to do any gear replacements. Now that Jinsi has Paradise Lost, we can give Jinsi their gear back. So Jinsi will get Aleph. We want Mimicry for Jinsi. Where are you at? I know you're here somewhere. I think you're in Braya. Nope, you're up here in the side. Isia? I've never actually tried to pronounce these, I think, the entire time I've been playing this game. Let's see, Jinsi, and we want Mimicry. Perfect. All right, so we do have Justicia. I can't remember who I was going to give Justicia to. I know we have it on a couple people. Anyone that needs to work on getting Paradise Lost, we'll give, because I don't think, yeah, Smile is fine. Well, not fine, but we'll give Hostile Buffalo Justicia right now. So we'll do Danzy, then Hostile Buffalo for Paradise Lost. That's the order we'll give them their gear. For right now, I think we have everything that we need. Umbra, I want to give Umbra an Aleph weapon. I don't think Umbra has an Aleph weapon. Does Umbra have an Aleph weapon? Did we give you an Aleph weapon? Yeah, we did. We gave you Mimicry. Perfect. All right, so I think that is our current setup. I'm going to move Sin down here. Sin, well, actually, Night of Despair's up here. We want to make sure, well, we can just send Sin wherever we want to. So Sin, I'm going to put you down here, and then we'll send you up to Night of Despair, so you don't have to worry about that. We'll get Yum Yum. Yep, Yum Yum, that's fine. Yum Yum is tier 3 across the board, so we need to train them before we can give them better gear. We can go ahead and give them better gear at the moment, but nothing too crazy. So let's see what Yum Yum can wear. Probably a WoW type gear, so we can give them Crimson Scar, and then let them wear Cobalt Scar. Nope, not yet. What about Spore's an easy one. Black Swan's an easy one. Let's see, we can give Feather of Honor. Yeah, sure, we'll do Feather of Honor for Yum Yum. There we go, all right. So got some gear allocated across the company, and I think we're good to go ahead and start the next day and see what abnormality we have now. Okay, so this is our abnormality. It is a haze cloud. Umbra, good, or not Umbra, Corbinet, good luck. Let's just go for insight, you know? Try to see what you can see. I know that doesn't make sense, but, you know, do your best. Kind of curious what kind of flavor text we're gonna do up here. So far, so bad. Many employees are dying under the cognition of it. Okay. The longer Corbinet stays, the worse the situation becomes. Oh, really? So you want to finish that thing up quickly? Understood. Where did White Knight go off to? I always forget to check that. Where has White Knight gone? Oh, where has White Knight gone? Oh, there it is. So we want Danzy to work with this. She has to go all the way up there and run, basically. See how Corbinet's doing. Longer, yep. The worse the situation becomes. We understand. Anything else? Let's go ahead and speed up time. Okay, everything's fine. Good result. Not bad. Let's go. Ooh. Are you an Aleph? You might be an Aleph. Okay. When it was bad, the counter lowered. When the work took more than 40 seconds, the complete counter lowered. Ah, okay. Yeah, that's definitely an Aleph status, I believe. Well, hang on. Wait a minute. Maybe not, because I think you get a negative 6%. So this might be a WOV type. Because I think with WOVs, you get a minus 4%, and with Alephs, you get a minus 6% every time you work with it. I think that's how that works. Speaking of Corbinet, how are you doing? You're going to be maxed out on Prudence, which is great. We do want to do some Instinct work with you at some point. You can technically go wrap that up with Censored. So we are working with a new one. And I don't know much about it, but we're going to keep doing Insight. I think Insight was fine. It may not be the best, but we're going to send Corbinet back in there. He should be able to finish it within 40 seconds. Who are we wanting to train? Vincent, we want to train. Instinct could be good. Attachment could be good. So let's go ahead and train Vincent up. Vincent actually has some okay stuff. What do you do? Red damage? Vincent is kind of weak to red damage, so never mind. Let's not do that. Let's go ahead and work with someone else who needs training. Luna's could use some instinct training, and you are good against red damage, I think. Yeah, you're okay against red damage. So yeah, Luna can go down here and get some training done. Let's send Luna down there. Maybe get King of Greed's bonus. And Danzy's still working up there. That's perfect. All right, so I'm going to keep training people across the board. We're going to send Sin up here, make sure Sin gets their bonus. Sin, there you are. And then we're going to work with Umbra. I'm going to get Umbra maxed out. I'm going to get all my named employees, aka you guys who are in the comments, and then we're going to start working on kind of our other employees, getting them maxed out. So that's kind of the status of things. Many employees are dying under the cognition. Yep. The longer Corbinet stays. Yep. The worse the situation becomes. So yeah, definitely Instinct. We just had like a little bit of a bad luck on the first run we did of it, but it looks a-okay. Let's go and get the last one. The faculty and its employees will be unable to detect the abnormality in any fashion when it escapes. Therefore, the manager must manually locate it and directly order its suppression. Ugh, okay. Let's go ahead and see what else could possibly be decent for it. Attachment Instinct 40%. So I'm assuming that this might be 40% across the board. I could be wrong, but I don't know. We'll have to see. I am going to go ahead and get, I think, Corbinet's Instinct up all the way. We're going to stop working with that thing anyway. We don't know the exact details of it, so I'm going to kind of let the Q Meltdown go. Is that Q Meltdown? Yeah, Q Meltdown. Let that go. So we're just going to kind of work with other things for a little bit, and I'll let you guys know when I have new information on that abnormality down there. Okay, the only thing that I realized I made a mistake about picking Chesed's department first is that we technically have to deal with these meltdowns. Granted, it's only one abnormality, and it's this one, and we already kind of know how to work with it, so it's not all bad. But really, I should have probably gone with Gebra, just so we didn't have to deal with this as much. It's not a big deal. It really isn't. But it's just something that I noticed. Corbinet, this thing seems so inconsistent with its insight. We don't know exactly what a green... Okay, that's a middling result, which is fine. It's not bad, but it's not great either. Let's see what that insight... Yeah, so insight is better. It's just... We just had some bad luck. Okay, that's fine. We do have work speed, which is great. So that's going to be more guaranteed for us to get that done. Oh, but anyway, let's go ahead and get things moving across the facility. I'm going to keep working with that thing, try to get more information, pry it out of it, and see what we're dealing with here. Okay, so we know kind of what this is. It is a dimensional refraction variant. don't know what that means. In any case, I'm assuming it's a ghost. That's, I mean, kind of with the goggles there and just that is AKA ghost. There could be more to it as we unlock stuff because these names do change as we go along. But right now we do have an SP plus 10 helmet, not our SP plus 6 helmet. So not terrible by any means, but not the best. So let's go ahead and, okay, results of the slide didn't change. I just trying to make sure that, you know, some of these abnormalities names don't change because sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, and I don't always catch it. So just making sure there. We have more boxes we can get with, or not boxes, but gear we can get with the little prints. So there's that. But otherwise, we're still working with this one. People are still working across the board. I have Luna working with Censored, helping out with that. Because Luna can survive. It's just about getting, making sure you don't take too much damage, but she has bike resistant gear, so it's fine. Good there. Hostile Buffalo is working with White Knight now because Danzy did get the wing. So now we have Hostile working on that. We're halfway through the day so far, so not bad across the board. Corporate just killed it here, and we have plus 20 here, and we still have Dimensional Refraction variant, and it looks like we have a missing hammer. Very interesting. And it has no ego suit, which is kind of odd. Sometimes these just mean you gotta fight it, kind of like you know, the Firebird. But and if there's some of these that I don't understand, please let me know so I can, you know, understand how to get them. But for all I know, no gift associated with it. We just have an invisible hammer. 15 to 17, white damage, normal, and short range. So very cool. Doesn't seem like an abnormality that's really all that bad to deal with. We have already completed it, so good for us. Okay, there's another workday done. Everyone had some good stat increases across the board. Some people got maxed out. Umbra's getting close to being maxed out. Corbinex maxed out. Luna is maxed out. TU is getting close to being maxed out again. So just a lot of good stuff across the board. 9-minute run, not terrible. And now we're going to go back out and pick a new abnormality. Now, the bad thing that I mentioned about Chesed is the fact that if we pick an abnormality that's really annoying and breaks out, then yeah, we're kind of screwed. So we're just going to make sure that we pick something decent. We're going to re-extract. Of course, there's nothing new here. We do have something new here, F0442. We have Cloud and Monk and Schadenfreude, I believe. We have had both of these and we've already maxed them out, so no problem there. The day a ripe apple fell off the tree in the garden where the princess and the king stood, the witch's heart shattered. F0442, I believe, and I think that's fairy tale. I believe you guys mentioned that the F is fantasy or fairy tale or something like that. We have some memory synchronization going on. Thank you, Angela. Appreciate that. We're gonna go. Ooh, actually, yeah, we're gonna do disciplinary team, so we don't have to worry about worrying about, you know, them breaking out and the Q counter and all that. So we are going to go ahead and expand into the disciplinary team and make sure that's all good. And I think I'm going to put Jinsey over there. Jinsey and Gebra, I think, have a pretty decent relationship. So we're going to put Jinsey there. And Corbinek is also going to be over here, of course, helping out with that. We are going to try to move some of our people around who need to train. I think it's time for Umbra to come down. Umbra's been kind of there for a while, so Umbra is going to come down here with the welfare team and start training down in this section of the company. E-Cord's also going to be down here with us, helping out. Some of these guys are going to stay up here. Mako Vader, it's time for Mako Vader to come back down. I am going to leave Blue Fox up here just in case we do have something escape and that we need her help. Otherwise, Blue Fox will stay up here, and then we'll bring some more of these guys down once we are able to. I am going to bring TU because I do want to train TU. I think Blue Fox, are you maxed out? Let's see. Blue Fox is maxed out. It looks like, yeah, it looks like Blue Fox is maxed out, which is fine. If you're not, then we can probably move some people around. So actually, I'm going to move Vincent back up here, and I'm going to move Rogan up here and make sure that TU and Blue Fox are maxed out. And we can train them down here in the bottom of the facility. We do have 2 empty spots up here, so we're going to have, let's have Hannah and let's have Summer, 2 other employees. We want to make sure that they have at least WAV type gear or higher. So let's go ahead and do that. And we have, I think everyone's looking good on across that. Let's see, okay, there's Summer, we have Zayn. Yeah, let's get you a little something better. So 3s across the board. You can wear something like Cobalt Scar as your weapon. Hannah, you could probably wear, let's see, let's give you something different. Let's not give everyone the same thing. Let's give you Amita, and then, of course, Ego Suits. Let's go with, I think y'all are 3s across the board, so you can only wear certain things. We have Spore. I'm going to try to avoid giving people Spore if I can. We'll have Black Swan for Hannah. And for Summer, we'll give you, let's try and give you, that's where we have to give you Spore, don't we? Or Ecstasy. Let's give you Ecstasy. There we go. All right, so that's what we're gonna do for the top layer. Oh, we actually have another slot. Let's get Gabriella in here. So Gabriella's here. Let's make sure that ego is good. Gabriella. So we have Child of the Galaxy, which we do want to upgrade. Let's give you Spore. So Spore there. And then weapon-wise, we'll give you Spore as well. So 2 Spores. You know, not the strongest armor in the world, but it's not bad by any means. It's better than having HE, and we make sure everyone is strong and healthy. We could also use our vast amount of lobotomy points, but actually I want to save these for anyone who wants to make a new character or anyone who wants a new character introduced. If you're watching this and you haven't had a character made, let me know down below and I will gladly make it for you. Otherwise, we'll save this for just in case someone dies and we need to remake them. And we can remake them, or, you know, there's a new character that wants to be introduced. We'll do that. So let's go to begin management and see what new abnormality we have. Okay, this one looks very interesting. I think this has something probably to do with Snow White's apple, if I had to guess. A lot of these kind of are based on the Tales of Grimm. When the prince kissed the princess, she coughed up bits of apple stuck in her throat. The dwarves cried out in happiness. Snow White and the prince walked through the flower-covered path and headed to their kingdom. Everyone lived happily ever after. I don't believe that for a single second in this game. Also, was that 20? Okay, no, is this Aleph? No, this isn't Aleph. Usually they're 10 if they're Aleph, so this is a WoW type. All right, that's fine. All right, Corbinek, what do you got for me? Let's go with attachment. Let's try that out and see how Snow White's feeling. In the meantime, where I once again forgot, where is White Knight? White Knight has switched with the King of Greed, and the King of Greed is up there now. Of course it is. Well, at least this is closer to Hostile Buffalo. Let's go ahead and get her back. I also forgot to switch Danzy back to Da Capo. That's fine. Nothing we have to really worry about right now. So let's go ahead and look at Snow White over here. That's at least what I'm going to call this abnormality for now until we find out its real name. The day a ripe apple fell off the tree in the garden where the princess and the king stood, the witch's heart shattered. Okay, so, oh, no, that's bullets. That's not speeding up. There we go, speed up time. Well, this was clearly the wrong choice, so we might have a restart. I don't know. I don't think it'll kill Corbinek. Corbinek is fine, but we don't want this thing escaping either. It was alone for a very long time. Around it, the remains of bugs and birds that died from consuming parts of it were scattered about. Did Snow White turn into a poison apple? Okay, yeah, so attachment wasn't it. That was increasingly bad. We got 5 boxes, which we can't do anything with. Let's just hope this thing doesn't escape. If it does, we'll have Umbro Jinsey and... Or not Umbro Jinsey and Corbinek, but Mako Vader, Jinsey, and Corbinek. Yep, okay, sure enough. Manager, let me know if you're ready. You know, for handling it escape, I'll be waiting. So where's it going to go and what's it going to do? I have a feeling this one's just going to go around the facility, seeing how it just kind of vanished. Yep, and there it is. So we have just it. We don't know what it is. Execution. I don't think we have to worry about this, but we're gonna go ahead and send the strike squad in there and take care of it. Water, Pixel Gamer, Kevin, Blue Fox, all of you should be able to handle that with relative ease. Heck, Raptor should be able to handle it by themselves, but also I'm noticing that it's slowly spreading, but okay, well that's fine. We don't have to worry about that, I guess. Okay, so back in its containment unit, Corbinek, you did fine. That was my bad. I gave you a bad order. Let's try Insight and see if that's a little bit better for it. All right, so how are we going to do this time? The witch cast the most powerful spell she knew on the apple, sacrificing herself. Okay. So Insight is not all that much better. Those things are dried to a crisp that a single touch would render them dust. They look much too horrible to call plants. Okay. Was alone for a very long time. Yep, okay, so we've seen all that. So let's just go ahead and see how Corbinek does here. Thought of the princess as the prince who walked down the path of flowers amidst everyone's blessings. Okay. So we know Insight worked a little bit better. Let's go ahead and get some guidelines here. All right, so when it was normal, the counter lowered with normal probability. When the result was bad, the counter lowered with high probability. So knowing that, this thing probably has a counter of 1. We seem to have a lot of those now. Let's not forget about White Knight. Make sure that White Knight is satisfied with its work. And I guess we're going to keep moving on with the day. I'm going to train everyone up around us, make sure that everyone's feeling pretty good, and then we'll move back over to Snow White and see what other information we can discern from it. Okay, so here we are with Snow White's apple. So not Snow White, but just her apple. I did find out that repression actually works pretty well. I did a test, and it seemed to work even with a -8% workload, negative workload, so we're good there, but we kind of know that this thing just escapes and kind of causes like a little bit of issues, but nothing bad. I don't think this is a bad abnormality by any means, and it seems like that is kind of the gist of what we've had so far in terms of these abnormalities, as we haven't had a lot of abnormalities that cause issues, as long as you kind of just leave them alone, in all honesty. So seems to be an okay set of abnormalities, other than White Knight, of course. White Knight is kind of an issue, but you know, still not that bad of one in my opinion. We can deal with it as long as we have someone on it all the time. Not all the time even, you know, we just got to make sure it doesn't hit 0, and it's a timed thing, so you don't have to really worry about it all that much. But we're gonna keep working, keep figuring out Snow White. Of course, we got to deal with this one every once in a while. It's nothing terrible. Umbra is getting a massive insight increase by working with these two. I've been working Umbra on censored and dimensional refraction variant, so that's been really helpful for Umbra's stats. And he's been doing a great job as well. So maxing out people's stats, gonna keep doing that. Keep working with Snow White as much as we can with Corbinek, and just yeah, keep the flow of things going. Okay, a few more bits on Snow White's apple. When Snow White's apple escaped from its containment unit, it began to spread its roots and branches along the ground of the area it was in. Those withered vines slowed employees, hampering their movement. Once the area was completely filled with Snow White's apple's roots and branches, it moved to another to grow even more. When Snow White's apple was eventually suppressed, its floor did not disappear until the next day. Really? Oh, yeah, sure enough, look at that. Okay, so that's where we fought Snow White's apple, so it does slow employees down, so that can be annoying if it escapes, as long as you don't let it escape, which we don't have to worry about the Q counter of it escaping. It's just if we work with it and get it unhappy. Which, another thing about, if there's anything that ever lowers counters, we're in trouble, because we have a lot of ones. We have, you know, King of Greed. We have this Nameless Fetus, which in turn makes everything around it go down, which is not great. So anything like censored and White Knight in this case, that could cause issues. So if we have anything that causes Q counters to go down, that's where we start dealing with issues. So if White Knight starts moving our abnormalities around and starts putting it in areas where the Q counter gets affected, then yeah, then we have to start worrying about some stuff. But for right now, we're okay. So we're gonna keep working with that on Corbinek and keep going. Okay, so interesting enough, we have a little bit more information about Snow White. Of course, we know it's a maximum counter of 1, and then we know what it's weak to and stuff like that. We do have its gift, but we also, its ego weapon is only unlocked on level 4. I don't know if that's traditionally how that works. For some reason, I remember them always being at the same time, unless we haven't unlocked it. But I think that may be an Aleph type weapon. I could be wrong, but it's a hunch. So we're gonna see if we can get a little bit more boxes, which I think Corbinek is working right now, get these two unlocked and see what this is, because it's an Aleph weapon. That'd be pretty cool. Okay, so here we are, and it's not, it's just a WoW type. Okay, so my assumptions were incorrect, but that's okay. We still have a pretty cool looking weapon. They may have a special effect, who knows, but it is looks like it's a spear type weapon. It's fast, does a decent amount of damage, and it has medium range, so that's not a bad weapon. Fast, good damage, and medium range, not bad. So there's Snow White's apple. They're just a simple lore there if you want to read it and pause the video. But yep, Snow White's apple's done, and that is another abnormality added to our collection, basically. So we can go probably look in the logbook and say we only have a couple more. I think we were over 70% last time I checked, so we're probably over the 80s, probably in the 80 percentile range for abnormalities complete. We need to get that one that I'm missing, which is the Zayn class, which we may have to do a restart for, but that's okay. We'll get there at some point. But hopefully we could beat at least the main game on this run, and then we can check out the epilogue once we restart and get that one abnormality. That's kind of how I think this is going to go, but hey, we may get lucky. I don't know. We'll see. But also still working with White Knight, trying to get that Paradise Lost wing. We do have a Blue Noon coming up, but we probably won't get to it. We'll probably end the day before then. Luna's been working really hard. TU's been working really hard. Blue Fox has been working really hard, trying to get everyone maxed out. Umbra has been doing really good. Umbra even has the censored gift now, so Umbra is getting pretty stacked up with stats. A couple more Prudence works, and Umbra is going to be good to go in terms of insight, so we'll probably work with that a little bit more. But otherwise, yeah, looking pretty. Oh, nope, we don't want Sin to work there. Otherwise, looking pretty good across the board. Yeah, Umbra should be fine in there. He's got Adoration, so yeah, he's gonna take no damage whatsoever. So we're gonna keep working with Snow White as well over time, just to get gear for her. Snow White's apple, so we can at least get the gear, because it's not bad gear by any means. It endures red and black damage, but otherwise the weapon is probably what we're gonna get there, because it is a pretty decent one to go for. Once again, Blue Fox is still working on kind of getting inside up as well. Actually, probably not gonna do that. Probably gonna let everyone kind of finish their current work. See if we get Paradise Lost for Hostile Buffalo. I'd love to do that. Where'd you go, Hostile Buffalo? Did you get the wing? No, you didn't get the wing this time. That's okay. We'll let Umbra finish their work, and I think we are good to end the day. So work day complete. S rank, good stat increases all the way down the board. 8-minute run, not bad at all. So moving into the next one, and I know you're probably watching the video saying, yeah, hey, you really need to try to train some more, but we'll train. Don't worry, there'll be a massive training day. I know I should probably do more, so I'll probably try to slow down in the future and cut a lot of that training out. So we have 2 different abnormalities here. It can enter your body through any aperture. I don't like that one, but we're gonna have to take it anyway. Don't look away, just keep your eyes on it. Contain it in your sight. I'm gonna go with this one. I know I'm gonna get that one eventually, but I'm gonna go with the other one. I don't know what it is, but I think we can see Carmen there. And talking to A. Story. And moving on into day 29. We're, of course, going to expand the disciplinary team to get that extra slot for not having to worry about the Q counter melting down. And that is going to cover it for this episode of Lobotomy Corporation. We got a lot done. We're in day 29, or moving into day 29, or day 28. Whichever one we're moving into. But we have a lot of new abnormalities. I believe we covered this one. We covered, what is this one called? What do you call it again? Dimensional refraction variant. We covered Snow White. And I feel like we covered another one. Am I crazy, or have you, oh yeah, no? Okay. Man, White Knight's confusing me. Oh yeah, we covered Rudolph, or Rudolta, that one. So we covered 3 abnormalities today. And that's what I'm going to try to fit into these episodes. I want to try to fit in a little bit more, but it just depends on my time for recording. I don't want to make the episodes too long, and I also don't want to cut out too much, but that's where we're going to be at. Like I said, if you guys want certain gear, or if you want me to work on certain things or get you certain gifts, please let me know down below, and I will gladly try to do that for you. Otherwise, that's going to cover it. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, wherever you may be. As always, thank you for spending some of your time here, and I'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.